Hi guys, it's Rob from Royal Balls. This season's pairings have already kicked off, although I am still pairing snakes up from the last season, so it's pretty much a continuation. I want to talk today about joint projects because both ARP and myself imported a number of snakes earlier this year for various projects. We did select snakes fairly carefully that had some synergy. And given the availability of males versus females, there's a couple of opportunities that we spotted where we can combine our snakes and do some joint projects to reach our goals quickly. So let's take a look at the snakes involved, both here and at ARP, and let's talk a little bit about those projects. So the first of my joint projects with ARP constrictors is this Orange Dream Hetfer-pied female. I do not have a yellow belly Hetfer-pied male to go to her, but Arwin has a Enchi Fire-pied male. It's a visual to go to the het, so half the offspring should be visual pieds, the other half will be 100% Hetfer-pieds. That will inevitably then lead us on to the Orange Dream Yellow Belly pied project, and Fire and Enchi in that combination will do no harm at all to that. So that's the first of my joint projects. This female will be going to ARP constrictors rather than the male coming here. You would normally bring the male to the female, but since that male is going to be used several times over at ARP, the female is going to be delivered to him. And the second of my joint projects is this magnificent female. It is of course the red striped clown female. She is deep in shed at the moment. It was a toss-up as to what to do with this snake. I do want to get spot nose into the red stripe combination ultimately, but my male is a little bit small. He's a het, clown, yellow belly spot nose. But Arwin does have a Hetfer-clown male, which is leopard, yellow belly, Enchi, Orange Dream, and that is the obvious combination to put to this female. So we'll have Orange Dream, Enchi, leopard and yellow belly together with red stripe. So again, this female is going to ARP constrictors because that male will obviously be paired to several of his females, so easier to bring the female to the male in this particular case. So she will also be going over to ARP constrictors, and ARP will be providing me with a couple of visual clown females to pair to my leopard Lemon Blast Desert Ghost to make as many double het Desert Ghost clowns as we possibly can this season. So I will have work to do in exchange for passing him these snakes, and the offspring from both clutches will of course be shared. Okay, so here we are at ARP constrictors. I've just delivered my two snakes to Arwin for the joint projects, so let's go into his breeder room and take a look at the males that we're going to pair them to. Okay, so this is the visual pied that is going to my Orange Dream Hetfer-pied.
Yep. This is the Firefly Enchi pied, possible G-Nex. We got from Justin in the last shipment. He's going to quite a number of females.
Really nice. The Enchi is putting plenty of pattern back.
Yeah.
Fire is making it really bright, and the idea of putting OD into it is to get those really orange, intense orange colour to pop.
Yeah.
And this guy is obviously going to be going into a lot of your pied projects this season, so that's the reason that I brought my female over here, because the male is going to be busy with other females too. So
hopefully it'll perform well.
That's nice. I like the head stamp on that.
Okay, so we'll show the other one.
Okay, and for the female red stripe we have a het male. Again, this is going to be very busy in some of Arwin's projects, so that's the reason we brought the female over here, because the male is going to be going from tub to tub this season.
Yeah, and he's really mean.
So this guy is obviously Hetfer-clown.
He's OD, yellow belly, leopard, Enchi, Hetfer-clown.
So the idea of pairing him to the red stripe is it gives us 50% of the clutch theoretically should be visual, and 50% will be hets, but we'll have all the genes into the clown projects that we currently don't have, apart from spot nose.
But we don't really have a visual OD clown or yellow belly clown.
No, we don't, and we
only
want
have
both
the
of those.
Yeah. And he's in really deep shade. His colour is just amazing. It's just that
It's really deep orange and very high contrast dorsal. And the head stamp, I'll just move the camera down a little bit and catch that head stamp. That head stamp is absolutely awesome. Look at that head stamp. It's a pity the oranges don't really pop.
That's always the case. He's one of my favourite snakes now.
Yep. So this clutch with my red stripe female should be very good.
Yeah, I think that will be one of our best pairings this year.
And this guy has a mean streak.
Yeah.
He likes to bite you. Cool. So let's take a look in my quarantine rack outside of the snake room at the two snakes that ARP has provided me to pair up with my leopard lemongrass desert ghost. I have to open these tubs very carefully. So first of all we have a pastel clown female. So this is a mature female, a proven female. She's bred many times, and we selected this female over a number of other pastel clowns that ARP had because she's the biggest and likely to give the most eggs. Because we're producing hets, we're playing a numbers game this time, and so I took the biggest female rather than specifically the best looking one. It's a massive snake, not overweight, but she's huge. There she is, and she'll be paired up fairly shortly. And the second snake at the bottom, let me just zoom in a little more for you guys. This is a mature female spot nose. Again, being very careful. There she is, curled up in a tub. You can see the awesome spot nose head stamp. So this is just a straight spot nose female. She is huge. And again, she will be paired to my leopard lemon blast desert ghost to produce hets. It's not a clown this time, but we want to get as many desert ghost hets from my powerhouse male as we can to use in both our collections. We selected spot nose as the gene we all wanted in both collections in our desert ghost hets. So there she is. This female is another huge female. I won't touch her because she is especially grumpy, this girl. But those are the two females that ARP provided me. This guy here, my leopard lemon blast desert ghost male, is the reason that both of those females are here, and I have some females of my own. We're putting him to some additional clown females in my collection this year, and we'll be producing a lot of hets and double het desert ghost clown combinations with as many genes in there as possible to be used over the next few years to produce some really awesome combinations. So that's the reason the two females are here. It's for this particular male. So one of the downsides of moving snakes around is not only the unsettling element for the snake, although in this case that's minimal. There is the aspect of quarantine. Neither my snakes at ARP nor the snakes that ARP has given me have moved directly into the breeder room. They are being quarantined. It will be a streamlined quarantine. We won't be quarantining them for 3 or 4 months, but certainly over the next month we'll just be making sure that nothing is being introduced into our various collections from the snakes that we've swapped. So that's a look at the snakes that are involved, guys. I hope you enjoyed looking at that. We'll keep you posted as the season goes. There's much more to come from both ARP and myself. We will be doing a lot of interesting pairings this season and producing next year a lot of even better offspring than we've got this year. So stay tuned. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.